guys. Yes, we are back. Sorry, we took a week off. It was our bye week, so to speak. I was at a wedding. 1980 had family things to do. MCF had family things to do. Plus, go live on their channel like they always do. Nothing but love. Fifth quarter Cowboys is counting the sheep once again, guys. Let me introduce you to the panel. My Cowboys family. The man with all the power. Dallas Cowboy fan, 1980. I am your host, Dallas Cowboy Football News. Guys, what a week of Dallas Cowboys. Injuries, no injuries, no injuries. Cowboys losing 3 in a row. A bad taste in my mouth. It's like a bad Thai food. You ever eat bad Thai food? That's what this is like right here. This is bad Thai food right here. We need to actually go get some Chinese buffet that actually gives you a fortune cookie when you get done eating it. Look at 1980 sipping out of the victorious cup. That right, 1980. Get another one in. Whoop! Look at that swagger. Who knew you could drink a cup with that much swagger like that? My goodness. Nothing but swag over there in 1980 side. But hey, we're here. I was fired up about maybe an hour and a half ago. I follow the Facebook page, DC4L, and they had Eagle fans. The nasty, scum, disgusting. A tick is better than an Eagle fan. A blood-sucking tick is better than an Eagle fan. They had these nasty fans in the Gaylord Hotel where the Dallas Cowboys sleep and hang out before games. This is where they do the meetings, the walkthroughs, all that in the conference room of the hotel. And these Eagle fans are chanting, Cowboys suck, Cowboys suck, Cowboys suck. They're lucky I wasn't there. I would have put it into the show. I would have went streaking right in the middle of it. Scared everybody off. Guys, this game right here, a lot of people are a lot of Eagle fans, now there are some good Eagle fans, but 99.9%, they're like germs, right? 99.9, you can't kill them, right? They're like germs. 99.9 of them are bad, but there's just that 0.0001% that I'm like, okay, I can talk to you. My brother-in-law is an Eagles fan, and he's one of those 0.0001s that I can actually talk to. But this game right here, guys, I feel like I'm talking forever. This game right here, this is it. This is do or die. This is make and break. This is ride or die right here for these Dallas Cowboys. And if Cowboys lose 4 in a row, we're already seeing videos of Malik Collins and Joe Thomas not giving their coach high fives after a crucial stop on defense. We're already seeing that. This right here can really turmoil this football team. They're young. They really haven't had that kind of adversity in their face. Last year, people want to bring up 3-5 last year. 3-5 last year, and the situation we're in now is completely different. We had a healthy Amari Cooper. Our defense was playing at a higher level. This game right here is the make or break. Dallas Cowboy fan 1980. Talk to your crew, man.
All right, guys, here we go. Appreciate Football News for introducing everybody and bringing the hypeness to Cowboy Nation. We sure need it. Thank y'all thank everybody for tuning in on my side and on Dallas Cowboy family side as well. It's Saturday, kind of late, so we appreciate y'all, jumping on the mothership of Jabroni Productions and my Cowboys family and Dallas Cowboy Football News. Guys, this game tomorrow is another one of those personal games. This one is like the Saints game to me. It's really personal because Philly and Dallas, we hate each other. Our fan bases collide all the time, and it's an NFC East rivalry. So all the stats, everything everything we've done goes out the window. It's do or die. It's one of those games where I I don't give a damn who they say who's going to win, who they're projecting to win. We have to win this game. Everything starts now. Like literally, this is when the season starts right now, playing the Eagles. Staying number one in the NFC East. This is one of the lifelines, one of our last lifelines, really. If we don't win this game, we are definitely. I know we've been saying we're in trouble for the past 3 weeks, but we're definitely in trouble if we don't win this game. Every game's a winnable game. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses, and we just got to pinpoint that out. Just my introduction. That's all I really want to say right now. Just introducing myself and the squad. So let's get this party started, man.
My Cowboys family, speak to them, wise ones.
Well, first of all, thank you guys for being on here on this roundtable 1980. As always, thank you for, running the show. And DCFN, thank you as always for the hostess with the mostest. Jokes aside, guys, this is personal. DCFN, you did say it. Like this loss to the Jets, every Cowboy fan, every Cowboy player hopefully did take it as personally as we all did, because we all should feel dirty. We should feel bothered. And we need to take those bad feelings and take them out on the Eagles. We can't allow the Eagles to come into our house and do that. I remember last year when they tried to get cute and bring the coffins and they started all that ish. They went out in those same coffins, right? Well, I hope they travel with those same coffins to this game because they're going to need them on the way home. And that's what I'm trying to say. We need, that's something I feel like this team has been missing the last few weeks. They don't look pissed. They don't look angry. They don't look like they're fighting for the same thing that all us fans seem to be fighting for here. And it does start from the top down. Hopefully, the coaches put a lot of focus into cleaning up a lot of those dumb mistakes that we saw last week so we can see our players execute. We have a lot of players coming back from being banged up and hurt that hopefully, will be a big boost to us. But overall, I'm just tired of the lame excuses and the bullshit, and I don't want to lose to the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, I echo everything you guys have been saying. I'm in the same kind of thought process. This is listen, we were all down, right, at the beginning of the week. I mean, all of us, all Cowboy Nation was down because we lost to the fucking Jets. Let's be real about it. So when you get past that, though, and you realize, you gotta kind of move on, right? It's either that or just, what are you gonna just tank the season? No, you're gonna sit there. You're gonna fight. And the point is here, if this is when Jason Garrett's gonna come through in his little ways, whether it be by allowing other coaches to do other things, whatever it may be, this is where the team has to come together here. And like you guys said, I echo what you guys are saying. Take the next step against a divisional rival. I hate a divisional rival like the freaking Eagles. I cannot stand them. I hate them more than any team out there in the NFL. And I believe on primetime Sunday Night Football, national television, this is a big one here. And we could talk about Jason Garrett's job security, all that stuff later, in the meeting in this game on this kind of stage. But after the debacle from last week, but I do believe that this has to be a bounce back game. They're missing 6 of their starters, maybe 7 tomorrow. We're getting 5 starters, major starters back. Listen, excuses. I don't want to, even if we're missing them all, no excuses. This game, it's about passion, the heart, the desire to win. And that's what it's about in this game, these teams, these fan bases. The hatred is real.
How bad do they want it?
Exactly.
That's all.
Exactly. And don't leave yet, MCF. I'm pass on that. First of all, I want to say congratulations to Dallas Cowboy fan 1980. He officially hit 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Awesome job, brother. Bringing that heat, bringing that content, bringing that power right here on YouTube. It's exactly everybody's goal. Just keep climbing, brother. You're doing a hell of a job. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Congrats, number 1980.
Thanks. Appreciate it, man.
Everybody put hashtag congrats in the comment section right now. Let's blow this thing up with congrats for Dallas Cowboy fan 1980.
Yeah.
Let's get on to this game. I kind of want to touch on the last 3 games, because the Packers whooped our ass. I mean, we can leave that game out. The Saints game, I think it was one of those things where I think the Saints wanted it more. They just lost Drew Brees. And I think that defense wanted to say, you know what, team, we got this, and they stopped our team. Then the Jets, Sam Darnold. I don't want to make excuses, but I don't think the Cowboys had enough tape on Sam Darnold, and I think it caught everybody by surprise with the Jets and Sam Darnold, because just the whole defensive scheme, they stopped Le'Veon Bell, they couldn't stop the pass, which tells me that I don't think they had enough tape on Sam Darnold. I'm not an excuse kind of guy, but I can tell you one thing: the Eagles know the Dallas Cowboys, and the Dallas Cowboys know the Philadelphia Eagles. And this game right here, Sunday night primetime, it's going to be one hell of a game. It's going to be probably the best game the NFL seen all year, hands down, with the Cowboys, America's team, 5 greater than 1, being on top. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about, MCF, start it off, man. What's the first thing you want to talk about?
I mean, to me, the biggest thing, personally, injuries. Because holy crap, we had a lot of players hurt last week. Amari Cooper got banged up in the first play of the game, and missing Tyron Smith and La'el Collins, is, solid as Fleming and Knight did. They're still not Tyron Smith. They're still not La'el Collins. So basically, we saw a few of these guys come back, and all of us should be very excited, because there's one person that got hurt that, as much as we feel for him, we don't want anyone hurt. He's not playing. Anthony Brown has officially been ruled out, and Jordan Lewis is going to be starting. So that, to me, is going to be big.
Yes.
And he actually played pretty well against the Eagles his rookie year, which I know is kind of a little while ago. But the point is that the potential is there for Jordan Lewis to have a big game. And who knows, if he plays well enough, could he take over that spot even when Anthony Brown is healthy? That's up to Jordan Lewis, right? Jordan Lewis balls out well enough. I think the Cowboys will be forced to pay attention.
I mean, they can't deny it anymore, right? And again, when it comes to the injuries, I mean, I don't want to restate everything you just stated, because you pretty much hit on all the spots. I love looking at the receivers. You got Cobb coming back, and hopefully he can catch the ball and you don't get hurt out there. He could still be viable. People down him immediately. Sometimes a little too fast, I think. Let's give him some more time, and hopefully staying healthy. And Cooper, guys, Cooper torches this Eagle defensive backfield. But we'll get into the keys later, I guess. We'll tell about injuries, but that's kind of what we're talking about here. It's to me. I know we got Byron Jones back, and I'll let 1980 kind of expand on his importance. But those offensive linemen, guys, that's what keeps this offense going. That's what keeps Dak protected. That's what gives him confidence, and that's what keeps the passing game going. That's what keeps the rushing game going with Zeke. And hopefully I'm hearing that we're going to have some more Pollard in there. So when it comes to these injuries and the things that you can do now with these guys coming back, it is huge. When you look at the Eagles side and their injuries, they're missing one of their interior next to Fletcher Cox. They're missing Timmy Jerrigan. He's out for this game. They're
Jason
missing
Peters is out.
Yeah, on the offensive side. So that's going to be an interesting matchup, whether it's Tank or Quinn switching around. Their injuries, Nigel Bradham, middle linebacker, he's out. A lot of big guys are out for their team. So it's something to keep. Again, even less of a reason why we should be sitting here going, hey, if we lost, it's because of this or that, or because we had an injured guy. I mean, let's be real, guys. It's about it's about just dominating this game. We have to take it against the Eagles. And injuries, I'm elated to know they're back. Now, will they be 100%?
Probably not.
I doubt that. But just being out there, even in decoy situation, it's going to be beneficial to have these guys on the field.
They have to respect these guys more, even though they're banged up.
Definitely.
Absolutely. I know. All good points there from MCF. Dallas Cowboy fan, 1980. Any thoughts on what they just said? Byron Jones, Jordan Lewis. I seen you praising the Lord with the Jordan Lewis speech.
Yeah. It's just not the words I can explain. I was talking about this on my video about injuries. I'm not the one. I'm just like you guys. I'm not the one to make excuses, because those games that we lost were winnable games. Obviously, when you don't have your starting players in there, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. That's why you got first, second, and third string. That's why they exist. Your first string guys are your best guys. They put you in the best position for the coaches to call the right play, and they put you in the best position to win a game. I had one guy in the comment section say, "Oh, you're just using excuses, yada yada yada." That's not really excuses, it's just facts. Take Michael Jordan off of the Bulls, and Pippen can win games. He has won games without Mike, but it was a little bit more difficult. And that's just speaking facts. You take a star off a team, a couple of stars here and there at key positions, especially in football. Football is one of the most physical, if not the most physical sport in sports. Period. When you lose, just like I always say, just like my Cowboys family just touched on, my motto is offensive line. Offensive line, it makes the team. The offensive line runs the offense and the defense. If that offensive line is healthy, and it hasn't been since 2016. It just hasn't. That was the 2016 was probably the last bit of that full strength offensive line, especially losing a guy like Donald Leary and having to readjust and revamp and move Lyle Collins and all that stuff. Zeke was able to be the leading rusher his rookie year because of that great wall. So offensive line goes a long way. It controls the defense too because it keeps the defense off the field. You're able to milk the clock, yada, yada, yada. Y'all know my story. I don't have to go keep saying it over and over. Injuries play a big factor, has been a big factor. Without having Coop, we're not able to get that big playmaking type on offense. We missed that last week. Gallup is almost there, but not quite. Still kind of young, still, climbing up the ladder. I love Gallup to death. He's developing just fine, but he's not able to take that role just yet. So injuries do hold a valuable position in if you're going to win or lose, and especially if it's at key positions. Now, Jordan Lewis playing, I love that idea, him playing, starting at the slot corner. Byron Jones is going to be back. That's a good thing. Byron Jones is physical. His cover skills are okay, but Anthony Brown has still developing after all these years, and I don't think he's really going to be missed. Like, seriously. Now, I said in my video the other day, I said when Jordan Lewis gets back, he got to knock off the cobwebs because he hasn't been playing a lot. So there might be some times where he, get some passes caught on him, here and there, but he has to get in the rhythm and find his rhythm and, but it's up to the Cowboys to call the right plays on defense as well. But now that we got him, he's a valuable playmaking piece that that our secondary needs. I really think that this is a little off the subject, but I really think they need to try Cheeto at safety because he's a better safety. They were doing that when we first got him, but they kind of veered away from it and put him at corner. So, but it is what it is, man. I think everybody's healthy, but Anthony Brown. Am I correct on that? Okay.
Basically, yep.
Okay. Yep. Everybody's questionable until game time. But Anthony Brown, we know Anthony Brown's going to be out for sure. So hopefully we have Tyron Smith on one side and Lyle Collins on the other. We know they're not going to be 100%. Hell, when are they 100%? But if we can get them about 80, that's fine. You get what I'm saying? So we can be a dominant line and just control the offense, get back to basics, take control of this game. And defense really has to step it up. The defensive line has to be the offensive line of the defense. They have to rush, get in, show some pursuit on Carson Wentz, man, because if he gets going and gets in a rhythm, he's kind of hard to stop. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand the Eagles. I can't stand them. I'm just speaking the facts, speaking what I see, and with our poor secondary play, we're just not able to, disrupt passing. But they have weaknesses as well. So, but we'll get into that. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, all great points by both you guys. Getting Tyron Smith back, Lyle Collins back. There's no more excuses. If we're healthy and these guys are coming back healthy, hopefully we're not rushing those guys back. Hopefully they are healthy. And this game, from what we've seen from the first 3 weeks, being healthy, it should translate onto the field. We got to stay out of – we got to be able to score touchdowns. We got to be able to get into the red zone. We got to be able to get into the end zone when we get into the red zone, and these last 3 games, Cowboys been trying to wake up in the fourth quarter these last couple of games, and that ain't going to do it. One thing that Kellen Moore don't have this, and Scott Linehan did in 1980, my Cowboys family. Scott Linehan had a 10-play script that got the Cowboys on an opening touchdown game. Receive the ball, boom, go over there. We'll put up 7 like that, 10 plays. It was all scripted, right? The 10 script plays. We had them in high school. Kellen Moore don't even have that. He has to be able to get this team in the end zone, and it has to be done fast. I expect these Dallas Cowboys to score on their opening possession come this Sunday night, because if they don't, Kellen Moore has way bigger issues than any offensive coordinator in the National Football League. My Cowboys family, what do you make of that when it comes to Kellen Moore? Not being as proactive as he should in the first and second quarter. What do you make of that?
I mean, you had touched on the fact that you wanted to talk about these last 3 games specifically, but when you want to look at the last 6 games we've played, they all had slow starts. So to me, I feel like this is maybe a slight Kellen Moore problem where, at first we were just trying to figure out, like, okay, what's he about? He's obviously figuring things out, but by week 6, it feels like it is kind of more of a pattern, so to speak. So hopefully we can break out of that and try something a little different. It would be nice to be able to be the first ones to score and put up points. I'll even take a field goal at this point. The point is, I'm tired of starting games down. I think almost every single game, the other team has scored on us first before we scored. So to me, it just overall speaks to, I don't want to say a foundational problem, but definitely it does feel like it is coming, again, from the top. And I do think it is a little bit Kellen Moore based, just because you are seeing it start with the offense. It's not so much that the defense is getting scored on every first drive, because we've had a few 3-and-outs or we've held them for a while, but no matter what, other team scores first. I honestly don't think that's going to change this season. I think that it is going to be kind of a pattern. To me, the way I see it, we can start slow. We just have to finish strong. So the problem is that we haven't been finishing strong these last few weeks. I don't really have any ideas on how we can fix that, though. I mean, David?
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this. I mean, I definitely hear what you guys are saying. I think this is more a Jason Garrett issue and problem. I think that the scripting of the plays, it is a group effort here. We know that if they sit down making plays, Jason Garrett said he's been most involved with the offensive, with the young offensive coaches. You can say Mark Colombo. You can also obviously say John Kitna. I mean, not John Kitna, but Kellen Moore. He's been more involved with them in the offseason. He's more involved with them now. You can see it. And when again, I put that video out to make a point about Tony Romo noticing a quarterback noticing footprints of Jason Garrett's type of offense in there. Tells me, forget about what you think, if that's good or bad. You took it as good or bad. The point is bigger, is that it's not Kellen Moore's offense. This is a Jason Garrett-led offense right now. What you're seeing on that field last week was a Jason Garrett. Now, listen, there's injuries that get to that. That you can also say are leading to that. There's so there's tight ends, more tight ends, 12 personnel.
What I'm trying to say is that even with this Garrett-run offense these last 3 weeks, as we suspect, or Kellen Moore the first 3 weeks, all 6 weeks, it's been a slow start, whether it's Kellen Moore or Garrett running the show. That's where I think that it's going to continue to be a problem.
Well, when it comes to this particular game, the Eagles have the 29th, defense against the pass. They are the worst. They got a Jalen Mills coming back. He said he's going to start. He was officially taken off the PUP list today. So he's going to start. He's like their second guy. He got burned last year often. We'll see how he comes off rusty-ish, right? Like we talk about our guys, they're going to probably, we'll see how they come off of it. And honestly, I think they're going to have issues. But the key is protecting Dak Prescott to allow these plays to occur. So I do believe we can start strong. And I think we got to, do more play action. We know this for a fact. We have to pass more on first down, not run 15 times out of 24 times on first down. That is disgusting, despicable. Pass on first down has been proven as more successful. On this team, with the way our players are, it's been successful. And I think we just went away from it. There's been no real reasoning for it.
And looking at their defense, there's no reason why we shouldn't, I guess, attack pass heavy, especially if we want to start off, fast,
I mean,
start off fast.
I would say you can get Zeke going on later in the game, or at least that's the first. And it's not even about establishing the run, because with Zeke, he's on the field. You're already establishing the run. So I truly think that you do play action. You're gonna get teams playing back. You got to start fast. I believe if that's where you want to go, you got to hit them like that. And then as the game goes on, you kind of get on top of them a little bit, and you start bringing that running game and start chewing them up. Because other than Fletcher Cox, Timmy Jerrigan out, they got a rookie, or not a rookie, but they got two guys in there that got to rotate in there. They're gonna have some problems in the interior, and their linebackers are small without Nigel Bradham. That means we can run on this team as well, not just in the passing game, but also in the rushing game. So that's my 2 cents. I'm sorry. You need to have.
No, yeah, understandable. Guys, if you're in here right now and you're watching us, minimize the video down on your phone and click that like button right there. Just touch that like button on both channels, my Cowboys family and Dallas Cowboy Fan 1980s channel. Just a little love tap on the like button. That's all it takes, For a Cowboys victory, just hit that like right there. Bam. Right there. But no, all good points. 1980, what's your take on the Kellen Moore slow starts? What's your take on it?
It's hard to blame him. Just like Mr. Fiance said, a lot of those, I know that Saints game and the Jets and maybe a little bit of the Green Bay Packer game, like Romo said, Garrett's fingerprints, whatever, was all over that. You could tell he was taking over. So let's, like I've been saying, let's let Garrett keep your hand out the cookie jar and let Kellen Moore do his thing. I agree. The Dallas Cowboys need to start, especially against the Eagles. They need to start off early. That is very important. I think the only game we really had a good, start was the Giants game. I think we scored 7 in the first quarter and we scored 14 in the second quarter. But that was against the Giants, but it's possible against any team. Nothing's impossible. The Dallas Cowboys have to figure out a way to be aggressive and exploit the weaknesses and stick with it. Last week, I saw Tavon Austin catching balls, man. He was unstoppable in the slot. He was very, very productive for the Cowboys. I don't remember how many yards he had. I think he had like 50 yards or something like that and 5 or 6 catches. But he was great. I might be a little off on the stats or whatever. But he was really good. But we kind of went away from that. And it's like they'll start doing something and then they'll go away from it. Just bad management, play calling management is what the Dallas Cowboys are suffering from. The weaknesses, like you guys just brought up with the Philadelphia Eagles, they got weaknesses. They don't have a pass defense. They got a couple of linemen out, so it's time to. Amari Cooper had over 200 and something yards and 2 touchdowns last year against them at home, and I know Zeke had well over 100 yards. So we got to abuse them. We got to find their weaknesses and stick with it, and be consistent on some things. We still trying to find our identity. We still haven't found that yet. So I think this is the game to do it, to find your identity. But because before you step on that field, you have to know who you are as a team. And we haven't done that at all this year. I mean, we had it in the first 3 games, but like everybody's saying, those were easy games, But those games that we lost that were winnable games, maybe with the exception of Green Bay, we should be 6-1 right now. Green Bay was still winnable because we started coming back, but we're not a really good comeback team because when we start coming back, the team that we're coming back against start using our scheme against us, clock management, running the ball, milking the clock out. We don't even call timeouts when we're supposed to. So we're not a really good comeback team. So we need to, if they know that, we need to try to start out early. And I know it's easy for me to say because, we're sitting on our couches and, we hope and wish and pray that the Cowboys will blow somebody out 100-0, but we know that's not possible. But, we've all once in our lives played the game on different levels, and we kind of know how it is being out there. Obviously not on a professional level, but nothing's impossible. You know, you call the right play at the right time. If you practice hard, doing your scouting report, doing your homework, you know what you can do against another team. You know where you can find their weakness at and exploit it. And that's what the Dallas Cowboys need to start doing this season if they're going to be a playoff contender. We're a good team. We just got to show it. And that's where coaching comes in and leadership on the sideline and in the front office. It's been coaching, not knowing what to do and when to do it and how to do it and play clock management and a little bit of execution and consistency as well. But action reflect leadership. You know, you're not going to do too good if your teacher isn't teaching you right. You get what I'm saying? So these guys need to get it together. This is a game that we must win. The Eagles, it's a big rivalry, and we just got to figure out how to dominate early. Don't wait until the second half in the third quarter to, you know, try to figure out and start hurrying up and RPOs and all this stuff. We need to see that. Y'all need to act like you're losing in the first. It's 0-0. When you come out, it's 0-0. You know, when you come out of halftime, it's 0-0. I don't give a damn if you're winning. You get what I'm saying? So at least that's how I was taught. But anyway, guys, that's all I got on that. So, yeah, go ahead.
No, absolutely. Hey, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, guys. If you got anything, Philly cheese, Philly cheesesteak, if you're a Cowboys fan, you got anything Philly in your house, just throw it away right now. And we're back from our messages. God, I hate Philly. I can't even make my cheese dip because I use Philadelphia cream cheese, and I can't even make it tomorrow. But I'm going to make pot roast, though. And picture that it's an eagle. I am going to make some pot roast tomorrow. But anyway, man, I love it. Defense, Cowboys defense. I shared on our private chat. I shared a little picture meme or whatever it was of the top 10 defensive ends getting double teamed in the National Football League so far this year. Cowboys had 2 players on that list: DeMarcus Lawrence and Robert Quinn. Both of our ends are getting double teamed MCF 1980, which means our middle really isn't getting the penetration that it needs. They're not even winning the one-on-ones, right? And I've seen Jalen Smith in the 3-4-4, whatever they're running, and that Jalen Smith be a rusher. I don't want Jalen Smith as a rusher. I want Jalen Smith to pass coverage. I want Jalen Smith to lay the boom on somebody. I don't want him rushing in, going for the quarterback. He's not a rusher. In my eyes, he's not a rusher. He's a linebacker. If we're going to do that, we might as well just go to a 3-4 defense. Seriously.
All right.
But you got to use your players in the right way. We got to figure out a way to fix this middle. They just picked up a guy, Hamilton. I can't think of his first name, but he's like 6'2", 315 pounds or something. He's a big boy. He's ate a lot of tacos, right? And I don't know if he's going to be the situation. He's an undrafted free agent. This is his 5th team in the National Football League. Yeah. So you replace Tyron Crawford with this guy. Why don't you go sign somebody off a practice squad or something like you did with David Irvin or something? You probably have better luck doing that. But anyway, MCF, what's your take on the middle of the defense? How can this defense take over at home against these Philadelphia Eagles?
I mean, to me, part of it starts with the D-line, but it does start with us. Honestly, I know that Tank is getting double teamed. I know Quinn is getting double teamed. I know a lot of that has to do with our interior. I hate to say it, I don't really care. We're talking about, at least on Tank's side, we're talking about a guy who, regardless of the situation, should at least be getting in there and be consistently getting, more than I think he has been now. So that's why I mentioned earlier, it's big that Jason Peters is out, because it does make it so that, they can't put double coverage on both of these guys at this point. It's going to be a lot harder to contain both of them. Quinn has obviously had a pretty explosive season with us so far. So I'm hoping that, we kind of mentioned this a little bit, that, if the Cowboys get a little creative and at least start moving Tank around a little bit with Quinn, I see the possibility for us to get more sacks. And again, just at least keep them guessing, keep us on our toes. But to me, it does start with the front line. I'm not really sure how much that Hamilton guy is going to be able to help. I mean, you guys kind of said it. He's bounced around on a few teams. Practice squad is usually like at least like you kind of expect some hidden talent. But with this guy, I'm pretty sure we know what we're going to get. Let's not expect too much.
Christian Covington's backup probably with him. So I wouldn't really put too much to him, especially right now. But I would say bigger when it comes to this. Tristan Hill's going to get more time inside.
Yeah.
Let's hope he can step it up.
Maybe in the pass game I might feel a little more confident, but not in the run game. He's getting just destroyed in the run game. We got to see Christian Covington, Malik Collins, and Antoine Woods have to pick it up, plain and simple. The linebacker's going to come in there, have to fill the gaps. Hope the linemen don't get to the second level when it comes to the running game inside.
Yeah. The thing about Jalen Smith blitzing, by the way, the reason it doesn't look as good is because of those interior guys. If we had a little more help in there, I think that Jalen Smith might be able to look better when we use them.
Well, here's the thing. When you get that Deacon defense, that 3-3-4 defense, 3-3-5 defense, 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs, I don't mind the blitzing of Jalen Smith on a 3rd and 12. Which is when they use that play. You want the offensive lineman to constantly keep guessing. And by the way, just a little heads up, Jalen Smith is not that good in coverage when it comes to, especially when you compare it to LVE. Now, I don't mind that him jumping around. Kind of, you gotta account for him on the offensive line and also, the running back that's back there, he's going to stay in and block. And that confusion has helped create some sacks for Quinn and for other people. Yeah, check the Miami game. Yeah, DCFN. So the point I'm trying to make about that is that. When it comes to the outside guys causing pressure, getting double team, whatever it may be, Quinn and Tank, when it comes to this particular game, I want to see a little bit of a little switch. And that's kind of one of my keys. Andre Dillard is the starting left tackle right now, the blindside guy for Carson Wentz. He's a rookie, a good talent, first round. I think he's first round pick. This guy is the replacement of Jason Peters. He played last week against the Vikings. He got bull rushed, and he's not good against a stronger power rusher that has some technique. He's good against quick guys. He knows how to push him out to play and that kind of stuff. That's Quinn. Quinn will be playing in that spot. I think you'll see Quinn in there, but I think you're going to see some Tank in there. I hope to see Tank on that side who uses better technique, uses more power, and you line it up against some fresh meat out there, some fresh fish. You got to go out there and you got to dominate them. And I said you could run like you were saying, baby. You could run back and forth both these guys against Dillard and keep them guessing a little bit as well. I think the creativity, we talk about on offense, we need that creativity on the defensive line as well. And that's one of those things I think, especially in this particular game against a rookie left tackle who has good talent on the horizon, but he ain't there yet. And right now we got to take advantage of that with a guy who's more of a power rusher that gives him more problems than someone who would, let's say, be a little quicker, like Quinn. I would like to see a mix-up there. So, hey, I think we can do something in this game. I don't think our problem is going to be solved because of these things. But I think, every game you got to take it game by game, and you got to hope you get it fixed for this game, right? And then you go to the next week or bye-bye, and then you go to the Giants, and you go from there. So I think you get it fixed this week. Those guys inside, those 3 guys I mentioned in the rotation, those linebackers, they're going to have to pull a little more weight than usual, I believe.
No, yeah, all good points there for the defense side of the ball. Dallas Cowboy fan, 1980, the defense guru. Would you speak to us about the defense?
Great points by you guys. There's no mystery behind this defense, this front 4, struggling this season. Whether it's 3-3-5 or 4-2-5, our defense is based off of speed coverage defense. We have a coverage defense. And it's basically it's a Tampa Bay defense to stop anything deep downfield. It's basically built for the pass. Our front 4 isn't strong enough to make anything happen, so it allows the linebackers to struggle. And you only have two linebackers because we run our average 90% of the time. It's a 4-2-5. I think we need to go back to 4-3. If that lets you know how poor our tackles are, because if Quinn and Lawrence, D-Law's getting double teamed, somebody should be able to get in there. You get what I'm saying? So those 2 guys can't get in there after the double team of our 2 ends. There's a problem there. That means you got to blitz a lineman. Jalen Smith, Kind of average in coverage. He's not the worst, but he's not the best coverage linebacker. I love him to death. I love the tackle adjustment to death. But they're more run stoppers than they're better, a little bit better run stoppers than pass coverage. Jalen Smith's still not full speed, I don't think, to really defend the pass against a slot receiver or running back coming out of the backfield. 3-3-5 is a speed defense, but in order to run 3-3-5, you have to have a damn good defensive tackle, Warren Sapp style. That's probably why it hasn't been working. Everything we're doing has not been working. So that's why they need to watch film and switch it up a little bit. I think they need to go back to the drawing board, go back to 4-3, and Sean Lee needs to get off his ass and make something happen. That's been our handicap at the linebacker position is Sean Lee. They're not playing Thomas that much, so we don't know exactly what he can do and what he can't do. But, I'm not saying Sean Lee's not doing nothing at all, but he hasn't been the Sean Lee of old, and maybe he's being held back by an injury that he still has. So our defense, they really need to change. I would like to see maybe a 4-6. Maybe they load up the box, bring Heath up. Heath is really good. He's not a good pass defender because he takes bad angles and everything, but he reminds me so much of Bill Bates. He can knock your head off. He's a sure tackler. Runs a 4-3, 4-4. He's got the speed. But I think they need to load up the box, run like a Chicago 85 Bear 4-6 defense, have one safety back there in the back, which would be Woods, and have Jeff Heath come up just a little bit and show at least a 4-6 decoy defense. Don't mean you have to be lined up all the way in it, but Darren Woodson, we did it with Darren Woodson back in the day, and it worked. So that's when your defensive line is kind of weak. When we lost Charles Haley and Tony Tobin, Russell Merlin, Leon Lett, that's when we started kind of running that 4-6 defense because we had all those guys come up in the box and kind of help out a little bit. So I think that's what we need to do. But we steady been running this 4-2-5 and this 3-3-5, which is good for speedy pass defense, but not so good for stopping the run. And teams have been running. We made the Green Bay Packers running back, what's his name, Rodgers, made him look like Barry Sanders the other week. So stopping the run has been really tough for us, especially on third down. When it's like 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 4, can't stop the run. You get the first down every time. Defense still out there, tired, hands on the hips, hands behind the head. They tired, can't think straight when you're tired. So if you can't get off the field, and that's one thing we need to really do this game, is why we need to see 3 and outs. Like they need to they need to work on something that'll get us 3 and outs. I know the game is tomorrow. They don't have too much time to work. Just maybe watch film and et cetera. But they need to 3 and out tomorrow, get off the field, let the offense do their thing. That's just the biggest thing, man, we got to worry about is that defense, man. I don't think we're not really gonna have a problem on offense. We haven't been having a problem on offense, to my opinion. We've been scoring. I mean, it's the only game that we really didn't score in was the Saints game, and we only had 10 points. So, and the Jets we could have scored a little bit more, but penalties and injuries, took us out of that game. And coaching as well. But yeah, man, defense has to control this game. I'm really gonna keep my eye on them, and they got to step it up, man. And it starts with the front 4. It starts with them guys because it's a domino effect. If they don't perform well, the linebacker's not going to perform, especially if you run a 4-2 or 3-3-5. So I'm hoping that they'll tweak the defense just a little bit, and hopefully they watch film and see their mistakes, because we've been seeing the same mistakes over and over and over. And penalties, like I've always said, penalties have been beating us faster than the other team. They'll beat you faster than the other team will. So if we keep getting these penalties and everything on both sides of the ball, you for sure going to lose the game. It don't matter who you got on the team. But that's all I got, man.
Oh, no, absolutely. Now we talked about, the defense. Let's move on to offense. Eagles do an okay job stopping the run. Their corners, they haven't had any really good corners for at least for the past 5 years. And they got torched by Kirk Cousins and his team last week. So Dak Prescott, you touched on it already. You got to protect Dak, and we got to minimize the penalties, all that stuff. MCF, go to you first here. What does this offense got to do with Randall Cobb and Amari Cooper coming back? Besides, obviously, catch the ball. What do they got to do on offense? We talked about the slow starts, but let's talk about how this offense is going to beat the Philadelphia defense.
So I know you've probably been going crazy, especially after last week, but we saw the Cowboys really move away from the play action, which doesn't make sense. It still doesn't, I still don't really understand why they did it. And especially in this game, we can't just start abandoning, the bread and butter of this team. We said it. As soon as Zeke is on there, you got to respect Zeke. And absolutely, you have to use Zeke as your number one decoy, especially when Amari Cooper's a little banged up. So to me, that, no matter what we do, I think that as long as we use more play action, we're going to see a lot more success. But two, to me, is execution. I want to see Dak, hopefully, with Tyron Smith and Lau Collins being back, hopefully Dak is, getting the ball a little bit better to his receivers. I think last week, even though the passes were good, they weren't necessarily great. I'd like to see some better placement with the ball so that our receivers have the best chance to catch it. And yeah, no more excuses. Everybody's got to catch the ball. Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, Jason, I don't care who you are.
Gallup, everyone,
you catch the ball. No excuses, point blank period.
And when it comes to the offense, of course, play action I think is huge. More pre-snap motion and resetting. Please listen. We haven't seen that. That's been decreasing every single week. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. And it's just to me, they are going away from things that work, like passing on first down. That statistically has been proven that it works for this specific team, not just this year, but in years past, to pass on first down when you have Zeke back there. So I don't know why we go away from that. We go away from the RPO kind of that. We've kind of got a little bit back to it, but it doesn't have as much oomph with it when you don't have that play action as well. And you don't have these other things that you need to kind of get a productive offense going on the field. You need execution by the players, but you need a little less conservative and constrictive game plan from the coaching staff, from the coaches, whomever that is. I don't even give a damn. I do believe Garrett has a lot involved in this, but I will still say, even with him being involved, the players have to make it happen. They have to make the catches. And, at least if they had executed, we would have still won these games. Even with the game plan, which is, subpar, we still could have won these games if these players would have executed in certain points in each of these last three games. So execution, like Beyonce said, is a huge point of this thing. And, so everyone's got a piece of this to play. I just believe that when you have this talent and you have these abilities and you've shown it already on that field against NFL quality talent, they might not be the best in the league, but you've shown it out there. And then you knowingly take it away step by step. You're taking away your up. That, to me, without question, with the depth we're supposed to have, the talent we're supposed to have, that falls squarely on the coaching staff, starting with Jason Garrett. Yes, the front office has their fingerprints and their little puppet hands on it. I get it. I understand. Too fucking bad. Garrett's got to be the guy. And again, he's not that guy. That's where it's killing us. So that's where it starts from. That's kind of the way I think about it. And again, when it comes to the offense, we need to get that. I think we have it there. We have the talent there. We just got to get the the game plan and talent together on the same page with the execution. And we got some wins coming our way.
Absolutely. We had a fifth quarter sighting, but it only lasted that long. Almost like the Eagles' success in 2017. It only lasted that long. Now they suck. But no, great offense assessment there, my Cowboys family. Dallas Cowboy fan, 1980. What do the Dallas Cowboys offense got to do? We already talked about the fast starts. We already talked about minimizing penalties. How can Dak Prescott and Kellen Moore come together and get back to the first 3 weeks of Dallas Cowboy football?
First of all, they got to, when Kellen Moore's calling a play and Gary walk up, they say, hey, get that stiff on. Get back, dog. We don't need you in here, bro. Yeah, man. If Kellen Moore and Dak get back on that same page that we were on, there's fifth quarter Cowboys again. If they can get back on that same page that we were on in the first three games, The sky's the limit for the Cowboys. We just they gotta figure that out, man. They gotta realize that. Like we said earlier, the Cowboys obviously have to start out early, get aggressive. Why not play action on first down? I mean, on the first play of the game, if we receive the ball first, since the Dallas Cowboys like receiving the ball first all the time, play action on first down. You got to remember, guys, ever since we got Zeke and Dak, and Zeke was the leading rusher that rookie year and has been, leading rusher 2 times already. These teams have been designing themselves, building themselves to stop the Dallas Cowboy run because of Ezekiel Elliott. So that's why it's been hard for us to get, Ezekiel Elliott in a rhythm because they're waiting and they're ready for it. We have to do something different. And when we do something different, it works. The Dallas Cowboys cannot allow them to become one-dimensional, for their defense to make our offense one-dimensional. Because when you do that, you're in trouble. So we have to be creative. We have to get upfield like we started off early this season. Dak Prescott needs to start trusting himself a little more, trusting his receivers a little more, and getting the ball. Now, I understand I've played with quarterbacks, like I said in my video the other day. I've played with quarterbacks whose lines are breaking down on them, and they don't have time to plant their feet, square their shoulders, and throw an accurate pass. They just got to get it and put it where they think it's going to, where their receivers should be, So I understand that it's easy for us. Once again, I'm going to say this again. It's easy for us to sit on our couch and be, oh, Dak's not accurate. Oh, you can get him out of there. I mean, when you're out there playing and you got 315-pound linemen coming at you that run 4.4s and 4.5s, and your unhealthy line is breaking down. Not making excuses. I'm just talking facts. Your line is not healthy and it's breaking down. Your pocket's breaking down. You're always on a run. You got to make those impossible throws sometime. And Dak's not quite there. On the way, but not quite there. He's not Aaron Rodgers yet. So, that's probably why we've been kind of struggling as well. Getting up the field and players dropping balls and not on the same page. Got to get in the rhythm. Got to get on the same page, and you got to stick with what works. Find their weakness, and it's the passing. We should have, I don't even want to say, but we should have a lot of success passing the ball tomorrow because of their being ranked 28th, 29th, and total passing defense or whatever in the NFL. So there shouldn't be a problem. You get what I'm saying? So they get creative, move the chains on third down, use Jason Witten, use Jarwin, 2 tight. They were pretty good with 2 tight end sets the other week. So run the 2 tight end sets, Jarwin on one side, Witten on the other. Do something like that. Just change it up a little bit. That's what they need to do on offense and defense. So as long as they do that, stay creative, keep their defense on their toes. They're already nervous. They already know that they suck. They already know that they're ranked 29th in the NFL. So let's hit them. Amari Cooper will be back. Hopefully he's at least 90%. Get Gallup involved. We got so many weapons. Cobb will be back. Tavon Austin. Come on, man. We got to use these guys. We got to be creative. This isn't 2016 anymore. This isn't 1995 anymore. We got the Great Wall of Dallas, and you can just run behind Nate Newton, Larry Allen, and those guys. You got to be creative, man. This line isn't 100% like it used to be. So guys are getting older. Tyron Smith is getting older. And Travis Frederick, he'll never be 100% again. Zach Martin's probably the closest one. And Connor Williams is still learning. Lyle Collins in 100%. So it's kind of tough to that's when play action and all those things come involved. And just Zeke being out there looking like he's going to get the ball, that makes a difference, but that's all I got, man.
The famous 5th quarter Cowboys, he's in the building. Everybody put hashtag FQC in the comment section. Let's get this thing rolling. He's making an appearance, guys. He's been ghost. He's here, and he's here to talk to you guys. Hashtag FQC in the comment section. Your thoughts on the game, FQC.
Man, you know something, man? I don't even have something that I'm really, because when you look at the Cowboys and what they think their running game is. And when they half-ass try to execute that running game, it really just going to take the players to go out there and make it happen, because Jason Garrett, when he takes over, if the running game doesn't work on one or two plays, he gives up. Like, when the running game's not working, Garrett will just put the ball in the air. Like, I feel like we don't trust the running game enough, even with the offensive line being what it is or what it ain't anymore. I still feel like Garrett doesn't trust it enough, or he doesn't give it time enough to develop. Last week, we
And we losing.
I think so. Maybe.
One thing, until we get fifth quarter comeback, guys, one thing I did leave out was I think we've all left out, but the Dallas Cowboys have made us forget about him, was our rookie running back, Tony Pollard. Where's he?
Tony Pollard.
I mean, guys, he can run the ball. He can catch balls out of the backfield. We got a 1-2 punch as well. You get what I'm saying? Let's use it. You can line him up on the outside. He's one of the fastest guys on the team. Come on, man. You just gotta be creative. But that's all I got. I mean, what y'all think about that shit?
Well, hopefully we can get. Oh, he just bounced. So keep an eye on him. He might be coming in 1980. No, we talked about offense. Let's talk, because we haven't. And I've been meaning to bring this up, guys. MCF, go ahead and start getting ready to talk here. We haven't had any special teams. We don't have anybody that we can trust on our special teams to go out there and deliver since Dwayne Harris departed with the Cowboys. I mean, we really haven't seen anything on special teams since Dwayne Harris left the Dallas Cowboys. MCF, before we talk about special teams real quick, fifth quarter Cowboys is back. Go ahead and finish up your points. FQC.
Fifth.
Yeah, like I was saying, I don't think we give the running game time enough to develop. Like, I don't understand what's hard to get about. Dude, we not gonna go 10 yards every play when we run the ball. It's almost like Garrett doesn't see. He's not satisfied with, the rough yard that Zeke, the yards and the crunches that he get. Zeke may any other typical running back could get a loss of 3 yards, and Zeke probably gain 3 or 4. That type of stuff matters, because just as the same as the defense is hitting them, Zeke putting his head and shoulder down and hitting them too. You know what I'm saying? They both are wearing each other out, but Ezekiel Elliott is smaller and he's built for his position. So I feel like we don't give it time enough to develop. And I think we don't know when to run the ball. That's one thing. We don't know when to run the damn ball.
Yeah.
We did a toss play on 3rd and 11. Are you kidding me? We did a toss play on 3rd and 11. Like, we don't know when to run the ball. And then I talked about this on my live with Mike Mosh on 4th and 2 or 4th and 1. Our genius coach decided to let Dak run the ball, and he decided Dak leading blocker was going to be the $50 million running back. So we let Dak run the ball on 4th and 2, and Zeke was his block. I mean, and then we ran into the short side of the field, which was the left side, where your star left tackle wasn't even playing the game. He wasn't even there. So I feel like not only do we not know when to run the ball, but I feel like we get away from it when it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying running on every damn down, but, man, you pay Zeke all this money for him to run the damn ball, or for him to be out there and just have an effect on the defense. You got to use Elliott right. Like, it's so funny to me when we put Zeke in the pass last week and how he come, like, what the hell was that the whole game? Like, plays like that is what make Alvin Kamara who he is. Plays like that is what make Todd Gurley who he is, because they can catch that damn ball just as good as they can tote it. And we don't use Zeke like that. I don't get it. You're paying this man all this money. Use all his abilities. Everything he can do, use it. Use it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if we go out there tomorrow and we use Zeke and Tony Pollard, and like you said, 1982 tight ends, I mean, that's so much damn talent, man. It's so much, but I mean, sometimes talent it just ain't it. There's plenty of good singers out there right now that can sing better than Halle Berry. I mean, Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to know what to do and when to do it.
My ass.
Like there's plenty of singers out there. There's guys that never made the NFL that could have caught that ball better than Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
But we'll never know.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about talent all the time, man. Michael Irvin was talented, but he was really a finesse. He was just. No, it's not all about talent all the time. It's not. Is Aaron Jones better than Ezekiel Elliott? No, sir, but he ran wild on the Cowboys. It's not about talent, man. It's about execution, bro.
What are you doing that?
Yeah. It's not about talent all the time, man. It's not about that. This team continues to go down, talent-wise. We're wasting talent. This offensive line, we'll never see 2014 again.
Yeah.
What we were then, it'll never happen. Like you said, the guy that may remain healthy as longest is Zach Martin.
Zach Martin, yeah.
But we'll never see it again. And it sucks, man, because as Dak is improving, the O-line is getting worse.
Yeah.
Which is what he needs.
Exactly.
And I popped this question last year. I said, will Dak improve too late and the offensive line won't be where they were, so then we have to rebuild that also?
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I asked that question last year.
Yeah, I remember that.
And look how long it took for them to get Tony Romo on offensive line. By the time they got him, his body was done.
He was.
By the time we got Tony Romo his old-line, the body was done. And then we got it. The coach was so damn piss poor, we didn't utilize it right. I mean, the 1 year, the DeMarco Murray year that 2014, man, that O-line made their name, man. But and even in the same breath, like there's a lot of offensive lines that is not as good as us, but they still can come and beat us because it's not about talent all the time. When you're on that field, man, you're equal.
That's true.
You are equal. You're man to man. You are damn equal, man. I'm telling you. It just is what it is. That guy that sacked Dak 6 times 2 years ago for the Falcons, the Claiborne guy, he's not a big time defensive end.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not about talent, man. And that's why it matters when you get on that field. We always say you gotta outplay the coaches, man, and that's what they have to do, man. Last week was a testament of it. Look how Garrett coached that game. Look how him and Kellen Moore called plays. 4th and 2, Dak running the ball and Zeke is blocking for him. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Where's Olawale? Why wasn't your fullback in the game? Why isn't a tight end blocking for Dak? Why you run to the short side of the field where Tyron Smith ain't even playing? Cam Fleming is out there. Poor play calling. Very, very, very damn bad. Personnel, everything just all around bad. Like, and if they going out tomorrow doing like that, we're gonna lose that game.
Exactly. Yeah.
If we go in there calling that game how we call the last 3, we're gonna lose it. Dougie P is gonna win it. Easy. It's gonna be easy. We're gonna be playing from behind again.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be playing from behind again. Dak is gonna get what they call garbage yards because the defense is gonna be letting off. Like if we go in there playing that, they're gonna get a big lead. Simple as that. People say what they want about Carson Wentz. He's still a good damn quarterback. You can say what you want about him. That boy can play ball. Do I think he's better than Dak Prescott overall? Hell no. He can't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? The best ability is availability. So tomorrow, man, I just think there's really no game plan. Like in this day and age, you can't have we're gonna do this or we're gonna do that. You just gotta go out there and do what's working at the time.
Yeah.
If you got a weak cornerback and Amari Cooper is feed him. If that defensive front, if our O-line is pushing that defensive front back, feed Zeke. You just got to do what you got.
Yeah.
We can't keep running into a wall if the defense is stopping us. Stop doing that. You got to find weak spots. The opposite team for the past 3 weeks, weak spot has been Cheeto. It has been Cheeto, and they've been using. It's been up in the middle because our defense can't stop nothing. The Hot Boys can't stop nothing. So you got to find your weak spot. And the Cowboys don't do that. They're so goddamn stubborn, man. They try to stick to something, and it just doesn't work the hell out. It just never works out, man. Garrett is not a good in-game manager. if Garrett plan don't work that he got before the game, we fuck because during the game he don't know what to do. So I just feel like we just gotta go out there and play to whatever weakness we can find in the Eagles. Right now, their defense ain't hitting no shit. You just gotta find a weakness and play towards it, man. You know what I'm saying? Seems like everybody gonna be back tomorrow, so you just gotta take what the defense gives you, wherever spot that is. If we gotta put Zeke in the running game, more than likely when we put Zeke in the passing game, more than likely a linebacker line up out there and be terrified that Zeke can blow by. I mean, Zeke can't really blow by nobody anymore. Hell, he ain't even what he was in 2016. But there's always weaknesses, and that's our coach's problem. They can't find them, or they have a game plan that they try to stick to. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much just go out there and find the team weaknesses, man. And I think we can pull the victory off, man.
We can hold the special teams question for next week, unless you guys want to talk about that.
Nope.
We can go next week on that one.
We can go next week.
How about that?
Right.
We need a fucking kicker. How's that one?
Debatable. I want to go back to the
debatable.
Brett Maher is the only reason why we even had a chance to come back against these damn Jets. First of all, because our offense can't even get into the damn red zone. Our offense can't even get in the damn end zone. So Brett Maher, you got to give that man some type of credit. He's the only one that gave our guy a chance to win the damn ball game.
Bullshit.
Okay, you take away his field goals, what's the score? Okay.
We still lose.
But you take away the field goals.
If we made that first field goal, we would have won.
Listen,
if you want to,
coulda, woulda, shoulda.
No, it's not just that there in 1980. It's the fact that he's missing 40-yarders. He's hitting.
DC event.
I'm sorry. DC event. He's missing 40 yarders.
That's why you only got the lady right there beside you. She's always right.
Banging them up on posts on extra points. Come on, man. Come on. We need a new kicker. That's facts. I'm just saying.
I get it. He's not consistent. I get it. He's not consistent. But we got to give the man props. He is our offense. The last 3 weeks, he is our offense. That's the only one we're getting points.
So can the next kicker be our offense?
Tell me what kicker. Tell me what kicker to make a 62-yarder. Tell me what kicker. I probably could, but I'm Mexican and French. It's a weird combination.
Because we don't have that right now. We don't have one that can make a 40-yarder consistently. That's. I'd rather have that than a guy who can make a 62-yarder. Sorry.
There's kickers in the National Football League that misses 40-yarders. There's kickers on the street that miss 40-yarders.
Get Maher out of here. Take care.
Get him out of here, man.
The last 3 weeks, he's been our. The last 3 weeks, Maher's been our offense. Let's be real.
And so could.
Dude, that's bullshit. Get Brett Maher out of here, Mike. Just shut up, boy.
Any kicker could have.
Shut up, boy. My ass.
It could have been.
He can't even hit a damn 40-yarder, man.
He hit a 62. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the Dak Prescott interception against Green Bay. That was a damn important interception. But that was an important. That was an important drive right there to win the game.
Hey, let me ask you this, Mike. If it's the first quarter and he hit a 62-yarder, but we need a 38-yard to win the game, and he missed that one, are you still gonna give him props for that 62 or that 38 when he
damn right.
The game?
No,
you're crazy. That 62.
That
all right, let me tell you this. Hold on, let me tell you this. We only have one score for our opening drive, and that was against the Miami Dolphins. Does Dak Prescott have those points? No, sir. I believe it's Brett Maher that has those points.
And the last thing is this.
I don't think you're giving the guy enough credit. He's our offense the last 3 weeks.
Wrong, because there's no way that Brett Maher is a guy. A kicker is not just a guy who can kick a 62-yard field goal. It's a kicker is somebody who can make them consistently.
Thank you. Exactly.
Praising him as like being our only
exactly.
That's
okay. So let's go to interception. What does Dak have? 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So for every 2 touchdowns, Dak Prescott's going to give you an interception. So for Brett Maher, for every 3 field goals he's going to give you, he might miss 1.
What are you talking about? We're talking about special teams. What happened?
Right. But I'm telling you, look how many field goal attempts you're not going to make them all. You're not going to make them all. I don't care how perfect you are. Dan Bailey didn't make them all, and he was Mr. Automatic.
One guy.
Dan Bailey didn't make them all, and he was Mr. Automatic.
Let me tell the chat something.
40-yard field goals consistently.
Can he make a 5-yarder?
Chat.
5-yarder?
To the chat, don't listen to this crazy ass man. Let me tell y'all why. He trying to compare Dak Prescott to Brett Maher. How many passes did Dak Prescott throw a game versus how many times Brett Maher kicks his damn leg? Dak is on the game. Dak is on the field. Dak is on the field.
Dak can't even put up points against the fucking Jets.
No, we're not talking about that. You talking about ratio interceptions to touchdowns. Dak is on the field the whole game. Brett Maher.
No, I was talking about.
So the numbers are gonna be
interruption. Yeah. You said it right. You said it right.
No,
you're not gonna make him every time. You're not gonna make him every fucking time.
That's not about making them every time, bro. It's about making them when they count, which he never do.
Every field goal counts, regardless. It's giving you points.
That's bullshit. No, sir.
Have you ever played the game of football? If you put your kicker out there, you expect him to make it. You're not gonna make it every time. That's just the nature of the game. If that was the case, we would have 100% freaking kicker.
But you got to make it from 40 yards most of the fucking time, not half of the time.
Well,
all I know is Brett Maher probably has more points than this whole entire offense in 3 games. So there's that.
And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
Exactly. You're putting all that pressure on Brett Maher to make every fucking field goal when he shouldn't be able to do that. There's 11 guys that can't even score points, and there's one guy that does. Ridiculous. Give the man his props.
Hey, Mike.
It could have been Brett Maher, or it could have been Sung Young Ho. Remember him from the Patriots now? Anyways, that kicker.
Who?
It could have been any average kicker.
Maybe it could have been Mike Nugent.
Brett Maher's an average to below average kicker.
He's a below average kicker. Hey, Mike, let me ask you something. How much
He's an average kicker. I wouldn't call him below average.
How much creativity and scheme does it take to go out there and kick a field goal versus scoring a touchdown?
Oh, there's a lot. It depends on how the lace is, the snap, the protection.
Shut up.
There's a lot that goes into a field goal. It's
goddamn lie.
1980. Is there not a lot that goes into kicking field goals? The protection, the snap, the hole, the kick, the uprights, the middle.
Scheming. No.
The special team schemes.
Snap the ball, kick it through the hole. You hit the quarterback. We get a flag. First down.
So why can't this offense? Why does Brett Maher have more points than Dak Prescott?
So why you won't let me talk then?
I got 2 things.
Look at the coaches.
I got 2 things.
Go ahead, bro.
First of all, when it comes down to Brett Maher, he shouldn't be in a position where he had to kick field goals. It's 2.
Bingo. Thank you, sir.
Nobody else out there. We kind of stuck with him. So let's just, I probably can agree with both. All you guys have points, but I don't have too much to say because realistically speaking, he shouldn't be in a position to kick 60-yard, 90-yard field goals. And there's nobody else out there available. And that's probably why the Dallas Cowboys haven't, who they going to bring in? There's nobody. They don't make kickers like they used to back in the day, where they were like Chris Bonyall and, guys like that was automatic all the time. Grammatica, he's played for the Buccaneers. He was automatic. Morton Anderson, guys like that, man, they don't exist anymore. So, but that's all I got on that. It ain't really nothing to really.
Well, you pretty much said what I said. 1980.
No, he
so
did.
you all right.
You said we're not giving
Brett Maher, right? Because he shouldn't be out there kicking all those damn field goals. He ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna be 100%.
We're not disagreeing with that. What we saying is when we need
you're not giving the man his props.
When we saying when we need him to, he don't make them.
Somebody said in the
you need him to make every field goal.
Wait a minute.
No.
Nobody said that.
Nobody said that, man.
He has more points than Dak Prescott.
Doesn't matter. That's a cop-out.
In 3 games.
40-yarders consistently, at least, 80%? Like 90% of the time, those 40.
It is.
What? Listen. If he's
I'm pulling up his stats.
If he's going to ride the hash mark and the wind's blowing this way or that way, and he took his shit before the game, He might make it. I'm just saying. I'm not down with a kicker like that. Sorry.
What they say in the comments, 1980? What did they say?
Somebody said that I have Dak Prescott on my wall, not Maher. That's funny.
Hold on, I'm looking up his stats because I don't think y'all giving this man enough credit.
He's just not. He'll make the long ones, but he struggles with the short ones. Realistically speaking, that's not a consistent kicker.
Thank you.
He has made some big kicks. The 62-yarder was a big kick. But the Dallas Cowboys need not to have to depend on their kicker to try to win ball games.
That's exactly it.
We all agree on that.
The only team in NFL history that can win with kick. You can't win. Y'all know my motto. Field goals don't win games. But the only damn team that has done it was the Saints that we played a couple of weeks ago. They beat us with field goals because they couldn't do it any other way. So, but you don't want to put yourself in a predicament to try.
This man got 39 points. Brett Maher got 39 points this year. This offense sucks.
How many points Dak Prescott got this year?
In the last 3 games? Count them up.
No, this year.
7.
How many Maher got in the last 3 games? It ain't 39.
A lot.
You a
Damn, it's damn close.
How many is it in the last 3 games? How many?
How many?
Yeah, exactly.
This offense sucks.
You can't play them games.
They didn't put up points. You can't be depending on your damn field goal kicker every time and then throw his ass under the bus when your offense can't even score a goddamn touchdown, when your offense can't even get in the goddamn red zone, when your offense can't even get in the goddamn end zone. So you're going to throw your kicker under the bus and not throw your offense under the bus because they can't score points.
Blame your offensive coordinator. Blame your head coach. Blame the people that are also involved in that shit.
Execution.
Brett Maher.
Of shit. He had no competition in the offseason. We've been screaming about it.
No, he did have competition. He did have competition. I seen competition. I was at training camp. There was competition.
Wake up.
He just beat the competition.
Hey, he just want to argue. There's video of Mike saying Brett Maher was trash. That's video of it, man. Like,
he does suck.
Don't pay him no attention.
He does suck, but look at the competition. Look at this offense putting him in the situations they can't even go fucking score a touchdown in the last 3 games. He's gotten us in these games single-handedly. He's gotten in those games.
He's a trickster, man.
But your offense can't even go.
He's like
score
a Harlem Globetrotter, man.
But we're not going to talk about that.
He's a trickster. He's like a Harlem Globetrotter, man. Yeah, like they do fancy shots. That's what Brett Maher is. He's like a Harlem Globetrotter, do fancy shots, but they can't play in the NBA. He's a trickster. He got the long kick. His audition video was like a 60-yarder for to get in the NFL. He's not a precision kicker. He's a trickster, man. He's a trickster. That's what he is, dog. He's not a in-game clutch type of. He's just not that. That's why that 62 he kicked last year. He kicked like a 60 or 61. He can do that, but under pressure in the clutch, he's not built for it, bro. He's just not. He's like a Harlem Globetrotter. He's a trickster. He can make the long one, but he couldn't make the NBA. It's just like it's just that simple, man. Like Harlem Globetrotter. Show me a Harlem Globetrotter that's better than LeBron James. That's not because he's a real basketball. He's a basketball player. Brett Maher is a trickster kicker. That's why he can kick the ball over his damn foot like a soccer ball, man. That's what he do. That long one, man, that's nothing. Under pressure, when it's time to be a real field goal kicker, you see the guys that do it. Look at Mason Crosby, what he did to us against Dak Prescott. Look what old boy did for Tom Brady multiple times. Those are the clutch field goal kickers, man. Brett Maher is not that dude. I don't give a damn what you say, boy.
Single-footedly.
The offense is not scoring. Is not the problem because we've been averaging 26 points a game. I think somewhere around there. I'm not MCF. If you can help me out on that, because if you look at the scores, the final scores of our games: 35 against the Giants, 31 against the Redskins, 31 against the Dolphins. The only low-scoring game we've had was against the Saints, 10-12. Then we scored 24 against the Packers, 24 against the Jets. So scoring really
in the NFL, we scoring 25.5 points per game.
Okay, I knew it was something. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. That's what MC.
And Brett Maher has 50% of that.
That's a damn lie.
And he missed 100. He missed 50% of them.
Somebody in the comment section said Dak had 11 touchdowns with a total of 66 points, and that's not including rushing TDs.
Okay, what you got to say about that, Mike?
He's more than halfway there. Brett Maher is more than halfway there. But what about the last 3 games? That's what I'm talking about. What about the last 3 games?
How many points did Brett Maher have in the last 3 games? You never told us.
Too damn many. Tell
us a number. Exactly. Bluffing.
Too damn many.
Bluffing.
Too damn many.
Tell us a number. Yeah, exactly, boy.
Well, let's count him up.
Go to the big house.
Not yet. That's an inside joke. Y'all don't want to know nothing about that. But no, let's wrap this thing up. We're arguing about a kicker when our offense sucks pretty bad the last 3 games. So,
but look though,
Dak has 11 touchdowns. You're right. But what about the last 3 games?
You ain't mentioned no coaches or nothing.
Well, you gotta.
Do you watch my videos on YouTube, Dallas Cowboys Football News? Do you go watch some videos? Because if you don't, then I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing with your life if you ain't watching no videos. Because I get on these coach Steph's ass.
All right, man. Go ahead.
Shut up. Go to the big house.
You have to factor in these last 3 games. Our line has been injured. You have to factor in that too. When you want to critique, I get what you're saying, but you got to factor in injuries and stuff. Amari Cooper didn't play last week. Nobody's really at our key positions. Nobody's really been 100%. So obviously, the games we lost, our Dak's percentage is going to be a little lower. So man, that's just common sense. So, but you got to factor in those injuries too, man. You got to do that. So.
We got a question actually. Again, I don't want to be like starting, we're not starting rumors or like that, but we do have a question, and it's a legitimate one.
Open-minded.
Started rumors. What kind of question is this?
Open-minded movie man wants to know if Garrett gets the boot. Do you guys want to see Urban Meyer?
I knew that was coming.
Who the hell is that?
One of those names that's been put out there.
Yeah, he said today that he said you absolutely would take that job with the Cowboys. Even with
the Ohio State coach?
After up there, Jerry Jones. And it's also been that, what's the guy from the Sooners? What's his name? Lincoln Riley. He probably won't leave, but money talks, that kind of thing. I'm just saying, this is just some talk out there as far as that. I mean, this ain't talk. This is actually people talking about they would coach the Cowboys.
Yeah, but open-minded movie man wants to know specifically Roundtable's thoughts on Urban Meyer. Personally, I kind of keep going back to my joke about Linehan. I said that at this point, you could probably bring in a garbage can and they might be able to be a better offensive coordinator. I think that pretty much I think I'm willing to give anyone a shot, a head coach that the Cowboys are willing to bring in. So.
And FYI, 5th quarter Cowboys, Dak Prescott has 2 touchdowns. Oh, he ain't even here. Dak Prescott has 2 touchdowns in the last 3 games. Last time I checked, that's 12 points. Brett Maher has more points than Dak Prescott in the last 3 games. So thank you. Thank you, guys. Just FYI, Brett Maher has more points than Dak Prescott in the last 3 games.
He also missed a lot more points.
And Dak can't even get into the red zone, but we're not going to talk about that.
Open-minded movie man. That's my boy. He's got his own channel, y'all. So if y'all got time, go check him out. Huge Cowboy fan. So creative guy on the movie side too. So y'all go check him out. But good question. I knew that question was coming. I really don't have a thought on that right now because I know for sure the Dallas Cowboys are not going to fire Jason Garrett before the season is over. That's just not how they operate. They're not going to do that. There go 5th quarter right there. Yeah, they're not going to do that. We're going to have
at the end of the season, let's say. You know what I mean?
You said what now?
I think Jerry Jones was saying it more towards the intrigue, and again, these guys would be more towards the end of the season. I mean, DCFM would say it'll be the day after the Philly game if we get killed. So but most people are thinking it's the end of the year. But that's what they're saying. Future, these 2 options with these kind of coaches could be under Jerry Jones coaching this particular team.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like Miss Fiance said, Dallas Cowboys, and I've heard this on the radio as well. The talking heads. I think it's time for a change. Over 10 years has been enough. I think Garrett, this game has really he never had a grasp on it really anyway. But a lot of the good players that we had made him look good, and that's how he was able. And being Jerry's yes man and best friends behind the scenes and the family guy damn near, So that's why I always say you don't mix friends with business, because it's hard to let them go when it's time. And that's been our problem. We run things a little bit different than every other team. You don't see the Patriots owner in the locker room answering questions and all that stuff. He just signs checks and let them do their thing. And, they have the superior coaching staff to coach them through games and, be undefeated damn near every year. So this game has been passed Garrett by. It's passed him by. And I think he knows it. And anybody, I'm not going to say anybody, but I think they need to try somebody else. I'm not sure if it's Meyer or whoever, but I think it's time. It's time, man. Garrett, and I think Garrett knows it. We probably won't see Garrett next year. That's why they didn't renew him, because they already know what time it is. That's just my opinion.
Right. And Dak Prescott in the last 3 games have 18 points, including the rushing touchdown. Brett Maher has 15. So that means if Brett Maher kicks a field goal to start these drives, he's going to be tied with Dak Prescott in points at 18. Right now it's 15-18. That's pathetic in the last 3 games. But I don't even know. We got to beat these Eagles. I don't want to talk about coaching change right now, because we're talking about coaching change. Our team fucking sucks. So I want to talk about these Eagles. I want to talk about beating these Eagles. And I want to talk about Dak Prescott getting more points than Brett Maher tomorrow night. Or tonight, actually. It's already 12:05. We got to get the hell out of here. What's your take on the coaching 5th quarter?
I would 1980 on this, man. Like, it ain't even no really talk about that right now, man, because Garrett ain't going nowhere. Like, he ain't. We're looking at the end of the season, and even then, man, Jerry Jones, I'm a big college football guy. Him and Urban Meyer, they'll bump head in the first couple of games, man. Like, it won't. You can bet that'll be like, and I don't know. I not to knock the person in the chat question, you know what I'm saying, but I just say the fact that we can't have a new coach right now makes me not even want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we ain't got no new coach tomorrow, I really don't even want to talk about it, man. Like, but Urban Meyer, I don't know. Anybody but Garrett. Anybody but Garrett right now, man. It's like
Kellen Moore?
Oh, no. Anybody but Garrett Kellermore, pardon me. No, I don't. Not Chris Richard neither. No.
Scott Linehan?
No, sir.
No.
No Chris Richard, no Scott Linehan.
Rex Ryan?
Man, in this damn thing.
Rex Ryan?
Rodman Aronelli?
Oh, my God.
All right. My Cowboys fan, our 5th quarter Cowboys is already unmuted. Where can they find you, 5th quarter Cowboys? Welcome back. Finally, Space Cowboy 17.
I told y'all, shout out Space Cowboy, man. I told y'all, folks, to subscribe to my y'all know in my video I asked y'all to subscribe to my channel. Y'all know I asked y'all to subscribe to my channel, and I lost 3 subscribers.
Damn.
What's up with that? Subscribe to this man.
I didn't say unsubscribe. I lost 3 subscribers when I asked people to subscribe. Look, man.
Maybe they were trying to see if they were subscribed. They actually unsubscribed. Give them the benefit of the doubt.
Field Quarter Cowboys. I didn't go to sleep. That was a sound effect last time. Field Quarter Cowboys on YouTube.
Oh, man. My God. The legend, Sleeping Falls.
Let's hope we go get this dub tomorrow, so Cowboy Nation won't be at each other's neck like we do when we lose. Y'all won't have to threaten nobody, roll through nobody's neighborhood with your guns out. Let's get this dub, and let's move forward. Let's take this lead in the East, man, and keep our fingers crossed, y'all. Field Quarter Cowboys.
Subscribe to that man. My Cowboys family, where can they find you at? 18 points for Dak Prescott, 15 for Brett Maher.
You said you were done talking about that.
Actually, I think they're tied because that's 3 touchdowns. That's 3 field goals, extra points. They're actually tied 18-18.
Stop it.
Wow. They're tied 18-18. Where can they find you, MCF?
Listen, for tomorrow's game, I do think that we are, we do. It has to be. It's almost like it is a playoff mentality game. Fan base, the players, the coaches, everybody's got to be. I know we all want to get to that spot, right? But we all have different ways, different thoughts. They got to win this game. That's the first step, and they got to get this, get into the bye, get everybody else healthier, and really good to go to the second half of the season. And we got a shot. We got a shot to reboot. And that's what this is a marathon this season. It's not a sprint. So we have to look at this as okay. We get to this point, be 1 game up and tie break on the Eagles. That would be huge. So I do believe that if we keep that protected with our new, our nice and now healthier, better and healthier offensive linemen, their offensive tackles, we keep them protected and we do some good stuff there with Kellen Moore. On offense, we should be in great shape, I think, against this Eagles secondary, and then of course run Zeke throughout the game and keep working them there. I think we can get them, guys. Defensively, I think, we just, Carson Wentz is the kind of guy that doesn't make many mistakes. We got to stay on him. We got to keep pressure on him. That's a key. I think number 77, we got to attack his side. That's the left tackle for them, Andre Dillard, and I think we should move Tank there sometimes too. Those are my little keys to the game. We got to win this game. Hey, what do you think, baby?
Honestly, that's it. Exactly. Win. Execute.
No excuses.
Win. No dumb penalties. No dumb mistakes. No more excuses.
Yes, across the board.
You guys can find us, My Cowboys Family, right here on YouTube, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media platforms as My Cowboys Family. We're live every day. News info updates will be live tomorrow, live streaming our reactions to tomorrow's game. And the number one thing.
Hey, Eagle fans, 5 is always greater than 1. Remember that. You don't got 5. Remember that. But the number one thing here, never forget. Go Cowboys, baby. Let's go. Fuck the Eagles. Fuck the Eagles!
That's right. And guys, people are trying to roast me on here, but the joke's on you guys because I'm over here talking about a kicker, praising up a kicker, and the chat goes crazy, and y'all are falling for it because that's the motion of the ocean, I guess. So the joke's on the comment section actually, because we start arguing in here, and the chat just goes wild. So. Joke's on you guys, but it works every time. It works every damn time. But no, guys, we got to go in this game mad at the world. It's the world versus Cowboys. Yeah, even with these shitty ass refs. By the way, Clay Matthew got fined $20,000 for venting about the refs on Twitter. Jason Garrett. Challenge flags down, at refs' feet all pissed off. These refs suck. That's the 2019 NFL for you right here. Is the refs suck? But no, it's no holds barred. It's anything goes. Pinfall anywhere. The Eagle fans. I've seen some guys that were pretty respectable in this comment section saying, "May the best team win." Kudos to you guys. But for the ones that just blab their mouth and bump their gums like they something, you're trash, you're garbage, you're scum of the earth. Woo! Dallas Cowboy Football News on YouTube, Dallas Cowboy Football News on Facebook, DCF News 1 on Twitter. And if y'all man enough to talk X's and O's, Philly fans, slide in my DMs, punk ass bitch.
Woo! All right, guys. Another one bites the dust. Thank you, guys. Dallas Cowboy Football News, My Cowboys Family, 5th quarter Cowboys. Guys, make sure y'all subscribe to everybody on this round table. My Cowboys Family will be going live. They will be live streaming the game tomorrow, so make sure y'all go on their channel and check them out.
Thank you.
I'll be watching as well. We had almost 200. We had about 200 people listening to us tonight. So, guys, thank you for taking time out of your Saturday night, whatever time it is where you're at. I want to thank you once again for just taking time out of your night to listen to us run our mouths about America's team, about Dallas Cowboys. We're all in good spirits. We're trying to be a supportive fan base. That's what we are. We win or lose, we're going to still make videos. Win or lose, we're going to still talk Cowboys. And that's a true fan. That's what we do. We get slaughtered for going live, making videos, and being passionate as we are. But I don't see nobody's bashing the Cleveland Brown fan base or even the Jets fans. Teams that don't have Super Bowls, they don't bash them. You know, they don't get on their channels, if they do have channels, but they want to, we got 5 and they want to, you know, we've been to the Super Bowl 8 times, you know, in our, I think 8, right, Cowboys family? 8 or 9, something like that. But guys, we got the Eagles tomorrow night, prime time, nationwide game. This game is really personal. It don't get no personal, especially when it's prime time. Everybody can see it. So this is one of those games where we got to start off early, put the women and children to bed and go looking for dinner. You get what I'm saying? So no excuses tomorrow. Hopefully everybody's at least close to 100% healthy and all to the ball in a bad mood, like my coach used to say back in high school. No ifs, ands, or buts. We got to win this game. This is a game that determines the number 1 in the NFC East. And right now we're tied. But this game could turn bad very quick if we don't execute on both sides of the ball, especially on defense. So where we struggle is where we need to get stronger. Notice those 2 words start with the same 3 letters. STR. So, guys, we got a tough game ahead of us tomorrow. The Philly's not going to lay down easy, even though they got weaknesses and injuries themselves. So, but that's all we got for tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you're a Cowboy fan, if not, thanks for tuning in anyway. Make sure you stay cowboyed up because you never know what the day is going to bring you. Holler back at us. We out. Peace.